And here we go, Digital Adele back with another Hoops Profile Beyond the Backboard podcast for you with my co-host Matt Hanifan. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I am doing fantastic. It's the day that everyone's been waiting for. Not the draft. It's our updated big board 2.0. We're going to do a dueling big board where you see Matt's and then you'll see mine, and it'll be a good time. Before I get into all that, we're using fanspo.com. Great website. They do terrific work making these tools available to us for free. Free 99. But their list is incomplete. So I'm just going to give you the names of the players that are not going to appear on our big boards or even be an option to because they're not on the site. Sion James, Ben Haschel, Javon Small, Rocco Zakarski, the Greek dude, Nicholas Viadalis, Tamar Bates. Those are the guys I have that should be in this list, but aren't there. Matt, let me ask you this. Has anything drastically changed on your big board since last time?
Hold on. I'm just top 5 changed a little bit.
Ooh, intriguing.
I mean, there was some shakeup. I guess there was some shakeup in the top 10. Not really, but
yeah,
there was the most change that happened was in the teens.
Okay.
For me. Whether it was guys moving into the top 20, guys moving out of the top 20.
Right.
And there was kind of some shakeup in the top 15 a little bit. I think I'll surprise you somewhere. But other than that, like once you get past like 2025, not a huge amount of change right now. I mean, there were guys that I added that I didn't have previously that I have very loose rankings on that I'll fine tune over the next 3 weeks.
I feel like for me, there's a guy or two on here that I can't find a spot where I keep dropping them. Like I just keep dropping them in my rankings. And I don't know like how to stop. Like it feels too low for like if they ended up hitting, what they could be. But at the same time, I'm like, this seems appropriate. So it'll be very interesting to go through some of these guys and to talk about it. So let's get your big board up on the screen, and we'll start with yours.
Let me do this because I didn't do this pre-show because I'm just that cool.
All good. While you're waiting, if you're here on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We do this stuff all year round, and we love it. If you're on playback.tv/hoops profile, you can join us there as well. Either platform you're on, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. But yeah, Matt, let's jump into it.
So, okay, where exactly do you want me to?
Dude, it's your world. I just live in it.
Okay. So I mean, 1 and 2 is simple.
Cooper Flag number 1. I'm stunned.
Dylan Harper 2, not much discussion there. I kept my 3 the same, I think, from the last time I did it. I have VJ.
VJ Edgecombe. I like it.
VJ is my official 4 or 3rd, but the 4-5. I think I had this swapped.
Yeah.
The last time.
Right.
But I do have Trey Johnson ahead of Ace Bailey. They're pretty close to me still.
Right.
Is there any questions, concerns, comments that you would like to?
Yeah, I think people aren't talking about VJ Edgecombe enough. I feel like VJ Edgecombe, his size, his measurables came in exactly what they needed to be to justify the hype to go with that athleticism that he has. So when you package that frame with an NBA, that NBA frame with the explosiveness that he has, he's got a real chance to be a dynamic two-way player. There's some things that we're going to talk about when we get to my big board. Where'd everybody go? What just happened?
Well, there's been some damning things to happen in the world today, so maybe that had something to do with it. No,
right.
Anyways, what were you saying? You just disappeared, and I was like, wait.
The whole stage disappeared. It had me restart the stage. I don't know what happened, dude. Anyway, what I was saying is I just think VJ Edgecombe isn't being talked about enough. You have that NBA frame to go with that explosiveness. You have the potential makings of an elite two-way player. Like when you start looking at his advanced statistics, they're very, very good. And you back that up with the tape that he showed at Baylor. Like he's got a real chance to be a dynamic player. Now, in the top 4 that we keep talking about, the top 5, you could say that for almost all of them, though. Like they all have the makings to be like dynamic franchise-changing players. So either way, no matter how you stack them, to me, I think that it'll be fine. Sayless D says, "What the f happened?" We would all like the answer to that one. He also said Ryan Nembhard at 20.
Nope.
No.
Did I have him on my list? Did I forget him?
No, he's not on there. He's not on. I don't think he's on there.
Okay.
Let me scroll down. Nembhard. No, he's not on there. So, Cyan James is on here. And so is Ben Haschel.
I have Cyan on mine.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to amend my notes. Ryan Nembhard's one that's on there, but I don't think he's getting drafted anyway. I think he goes undrafted. Even though I think he's one of the best facilitating guards in the entire draft. He's just very small.
The Isaiah Stevens of the 2025 NBA.
Yeah, he could be that guy. But yeah, bring your big board back up and we'll continue on.
So that was my 5, and then 6 I had Khan, that I don't think is any different than what it previously was. I'm trying to remember like what my order was. 7 I had Yakachonis. I thought about moving him down. But I still have him. I still like him above some of the other names, but I moved Fears up.
Right.
I think I had him 10 or 11, but just watching him a little bit more, mostly the end of the season stuff.
Right.
More than I did previously. And then again, I think at this point, like I just like him compared to some of the other guards in the class because
Slim pickings. Now that everybody went back to school.
But then we get to 8, 9, or 9, 10, 11, excuse me. And I had this in the same order, but this is one where I was talking to you pre-show about just throw them in a hat and let me pick. Like, I still have Sorber 3 because of the foot. That's me not knowing what the medical's saying now because I'm not in the room doing those.
Right.
I'm not a doctor. Nor do I work for a team. I have Malawatch 10. I still have Asa 9. I like his versatility of the 3-point shooting. I know once he puts on weight, I just think like his frame outside of the wingspan and the standing weight, his frame is someone who I think like once you pack more weight onto it, like I think he's going to be an unbelievable player, especially if he gets that shot down.
I agree with the upside. I don't agree on the frame. I don't know if he can put more than 15 to 20 pounds of muscle on his frame. He doesn't seem to me to have the muscle definition and shoulder width to support Like again, I use Giannis a lot because he has like one of the biggest body transformations in like league history, like how skinny he was and then how much muscle he put on. But I tend to agree with you. I think if he can put on some and gain some power,
Yeah,
I think he's going to be a real force in the league for sure. Like he's only 200 pounds like right now, so like I think 220 is like as high as he's going to get in my opinion. 225.
well, let me see what Fans Post says for the weight. Up 6'11", 220.
220. They say he's 220.
Okay, but wait, hold on. Is that hold on? Let me.
I'm going to go to the combine.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, what was his measurements at the combine? Or his weight at the combine, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right, Asa Newell. Here we go. He is 223 pounds, so 240 is as big as I think he could get.
That for him, that's fine. Like that's fine. I'm not worried at all about that. 12, I have Jace. 13, Derek Queen. 14, I put Seraph. That one was I think a little bit of a surprise.
Okay, I like it.
I love watching Ben play, man. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
I love watching him play.
I do too. I took a little trip to Germany yesterday and watched the Ratio Parma Ulm game, the playoff game, and he was sensational yesterday. Absolutely sensational.
I have Derek at 13. I'm just betting on the offensive upside.
I mean, yeah, that has to hit.
That's got to hit.
It has to hit. Yeah, like if you're drafting Derek Queen, and he's going to have to go to a team that's going to allow him to just do that.
Oh, I think the team that picks him will do that, though.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of ifs with him.
Too many ifs to put him any higher.
Yeah.
I actually almost thought about putting Seraph above him. 15, I have Neek.
Surprised he wasn't higher.
No, couldn't do it. 16, I put Fleming. I actually originally had Fleming above Neek.
Yeah.
But or at least when I edited this, I did. I don't know if it was that way the last time that we did this.
Give me your rationale for putting him above Fleming now.
I think one, while I do have concerns about this, I think Fleming's creation limitations, or like I think Neek's creation limitations still outweighs Fleming in a way. Like for me, my biggest worry about Fleming is like he can't dribble, like at all.
Right. He's not taking anybody off the dribble yet.
Yeah, like obviously I think he's going to be like an awesome player at the next level, but like if he doesn't figure that part out, like I'm okay. Obviously the athletic stuff, like the wingspan, the defensive playmaking, all that stuff is the reason why you would have Fleming higher.
Right.
But I think the part about him not being able to dribble, him not being able to take players off the bounce, like I don't know, like when I was doing this, I was like, that's I think just alarming in a way.
It is.
And I think Neek to me is like an all-around player that can come in and impact a rotation day one. Obviously, his role is going to be more limited than it was this last season at Colorado State. And while I do have concerns about his creation capability because I think his handle's a little bit more loose than I would like it to be, I still have confidence that it'll be an easier transition for him than it will be for Fleming right away.
Gotcha. No, that's a good, compelling case. I just think that Fleming's elite shooting ability and wingspan are going to carry him a lot higher in this draft. And I think ultimately him finding a fit in a role almost immediately. But I can't argue with the argument you laid out. It very well could be the case because it's a very compelling argument.
And again,
Right. Very close. Very close.
I could wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I actually like him. Like that's kind of
Fleming. I like him a little bit more.
Yeah,
But really quick, we have some comments rolling in on YouTube and in the playback chat. Say Less D in regards to Nemhart's height says Ryan is Matt's height.
I mean, you and I are the same height, though.
Me and you are the same height, and I've been told by the chat that I'm 5'4", so I guess we are Ryan Nemhart. Jay Sanchez says, "Hi Adele, how are we this fine afternoon?" And I say I'm doing great, man. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate everybody out there. Ryan rolls in and says, "I heard Seraph has a paint huffing addiction, and the reason he said that is because he wants him to fall."
Oh wow!
He says, "Who are we starting false rumors about so they slide to the 20th spot?" Ryan is a Miami Heat fan, if you haven't noticed. The 20th spot is owned by the Miami Heat.
What could we say about what can we accuse Dylan Harper? No, I'm just kidding.
What can we accuse Con Knipple of? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's continue with your list. Matt, who else you got on there?
Carter Bryant.
Ooh, that's high.
I thought I had him in this range this last time.
Probably did.
I do like me some Carter Bryant.
You do.
I have the same concerns about Fleming. I am more confident in Fleming's ability, like right away than I am Carter Bryant's, which is ultimately why I have him higher.
Sure.
But similar concerns. I think I'm a little bit more confident in Bryant's ability to dribble long term, though.
Right.
But I think he's still a little bit more of a project, for lack of a better word, right away.
I think project's a great way to term it, or a great phrase for it, because I think everything in his game needs work. I think everything. Sure. Doesn't mean I think he's a bad player. I just think he's a very incomplete player at the moment.
Sure. Yeah. I have Nolan 18. I actually almost put him higher, but I didn't. The measurable, I know we talked about the measurables on Tuesday. Literally right after we recorded, those came out. I still have a hard time believing he's 6'3" without shoes. I just can't believe it.
Dude, it's really funny because what we've been doing lately on this channel, to pull back the curtain, is that we've been recording these podcasts live, and then I've been chopping them up and putting them into YouTube shorts. And that was one of the shorts that I had pre-scheduled to come out. And it came out the day the measurements came out. The first comment I get on that short, which had like almost 1,000 views on it, by the way, was Nolan Troy is not a small guard, and they throw up the measurable.
He is a small guard, dude. He's
175 pounds. Like, he's tiny, dude. He's a little guy.
I like him. But
agreed, I do too. I'm coming around on him, and his shot form from the beginning of the season to now has gotten a lot better. He does make a lot of jump passes. I've been watching a lot of his tape. Tried to make a trip to France yesterday as well. Couldn't quite get there. But yeah, he makes a lot of jump passes that kind of worry me at the next level in terms of causing turnovers. It doesn't really currently for him, so that's a good sign. He has a good feel for it.
And then we can kind of touch on these a little bit. I have Danny Wolf 19, Coward 20, Jaeger and Cam kind of in the same area. I kind of flipped these three around a little bit.
Yeah.
Tyrese Proctor, I like Tyrese Proctor a lot. Probably maybe not higher on him than you are, or in similar. But I think you and I both are higher on him than the consensus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Colin Murray Boyles, Walter Clayton Jr., Lee McNeely, Drake Powell, Noah, Kalkbrenner, and then Due Thrower, my 30. Is there any questions, concerns?
No, but I got a question for you. Out of these players I'm about to mention, who has the longer NBA career? Jaeger Denman, Colin Murray Boyles, Tyrese Proctor, Clayton Jr., or scroll down, Noah Osenge. Who has the longer career?
Who do I think has the longest career?
Yeah, who has the best career out of those guys?
I think that's hard for me to judge because it's like, what if any of them who gets drafted to Oklahoma City, if that's inevitably the case, they can win like 3 titles?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Right. That's very true. And they could probably not ever play.
But to answer
Good
your
point.
question, to give an honest answer, can you actually can you so you said Jaeger, Colin Murray Boyles,
Yep.
Clayton Jr.,
Clayton Jr.,
Noah, and who
Noah
else?
Osengay, Tyrese Proctor.
Tyrese Proctor.
It's tough, right? Like it's a very tough
Yeah.
question.
I think the person who has the longest career, though, I think Proctor's the one.
That's exactly who I was thinking. Literally, that's the conclusion I came to in the 10 seconds it took me to come up with the question. Yeah, I believe Tyrese Proctor has the ability, whether he's a starter or a backup, to stick in the league for like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not 20, because then he'd be like 45.
Yeah,
Like 15
yeah.
years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 15 is like the cap.
Yeah, it's like the cap. But at the same time, Walter Clayton Jr. could be very much like Patty Mills and stick in the league for 12, 13 years himself.
Hey, listen, yeah, just because we're saying he sticks the longest doesn't mean he's gonna have, like, the best like, doesn't mean he's gonna
Yeah,
be
I'm not saying he's going to be
yeah.
an all-star or all-NBA
Oh,
player or anything.
I didn't mean to click that.
I mean, sometimes mistakes are made, Matt. Yeah, continue, man.
You could
Proceed.
you can have, like you can be a really, really, really good role player and stick in the league a long time.
Absolutely. Who was it the
Um,
other day that I thought their career was over 5 years ago and he's still on somebody's roster at the end of their bench? Joseph, Corey Joseph. How is he still in the league? But anyway, continue.
yeah, again, like, we can just breeze through some of these. Again, I think I mentioned Kalkbrenner, I have 29.
Yeah.
Thoreau, I have 30. Um, Janai Broom, Behringer, Reynaud. And then when it gets here, it gets a little fuzzy, like Lanier. I'm much higher on than most of these other guys. I liked what Watkins did to improve, as
He
we've
did,
talked
man.
about before. Will Riley, I could throw him in so many different places. I don't know where to put him. Just not
I
very
thought you
high.
were going to leave that sentence at I could throw him.
No, I swear to God, dude, I adjusted him like probably the most of anyone on this board.
Would you say you're the most unsure of what he's going to be at the next level out of everybody on the board? Like you have no idea what he's going to be. Like
He's toward the top of that list. I don't know if there's one specific player. Like, I'm still iffy on Drake Powell.
I'm more sure of what Drake Powell will be at the next level than I am of Will Riley. Drake Powell is going to be an elite defender.
Oh,
he's going to be an elite defender. He's going to be able to finish on the break for you. The rest of it, no clue. But you at least could see a fit in how his career could develop.
Yeah.
Will Riley, I have no idea. Like no clue.
Well, I'm just like among the players. Like, yeah, I'm with you there. Again, the little that I've watched of Behringer, I'm like, I just don't have much of a grasp on this quite yet.
Gotcha.
Kind of the same thing with Reynaud.
I watched him a lot this year.
Watkins. Caleb. No, actually, I know exactly what I'm getting from Caleb Love.
Oh my god, dude! The fact that he's in the 40s makes me want to throw up.
And listen, man, there's not a lot of people that I can put on this thing.
I know a lot of people went back to school, but dude, I am sick to my stomach right now, dude.
Yeah. Once it gets past like 25, 30, it's just all kind
it's
of
a crapshoot, right? You're just rolling the dice, is what you're saying. I get it.
correct.
All right, so let me throw my big board up there, and
Let me take mine off,
and we'll go through it. We'll get into it, and I think there's some things in there that may shock you. Let me get my old man stuff going here and figure out how to work this thing. There we go. Boom. I can take a trip to Germany in a day, but I can't share my screen. Let me make this bigger. It doesn't look big enough. Too big. Boom. We're good. All right, my big board. My turn, Matt Hanifan. My turn. Yeah, shocking to everybody's surprise. Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, 1 and 2.
Who? No.
What? How did I ever decide to evaluate prospects? What's wrong with me? But where you and I differ is I have Trey Johnson at 3. I think VJ Edgecombe's the more complete player today. I think Trey Johnson's the better scorer today.
Yeah.
But I think Trey Johnson's leadership and work ethic are going to take him past VJ Edgecombe in the long run. I think that maniacal work ethic that Trey Johnson shows and exhibits and his leadership on the court, I just think it's special. I really do. I think that kid has a chance. The sky's the limit for that kid, but hopefully he stays, healthy.
Yeah.
And all those things. Ace Bailey at number 5. Not a surprise. I mean, he's a top 5 guy. I don't think Ace is getting a bad rap, but I just think the fact that, well, he also said some things I didn't like.
I was going to say, he's kind of done some
questionable.
Some self-inflicted, I don't want to say damage because it's like, I never try to knock a player's confidence.
Right, because I mean, Ant Edward, he was the same way. He was like, I want to be an icon. I don't care if I win a championship.
But at the same time,
yeah,
something that is important.
It's a little alarming. I have no weaknesses. For a guy whose team was awful, I have no weaknesses is a very tough statement to take from a 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Moving on, Con Knipple at number 6. Con Knipple, way different than the perception of the most casual fan. We've talked about it on this channel ad nauseum. He is not Luke Kennard. He is not Corey Kispert. He is way better than that. And that's not a slight to those guys. Kaman Malawach at number 7 over Kasper Siakachonis. I still love Casp. I mean, the guy is a potential triple-double machine. Hopefully he can get himself in NBA shape to where if he's leading a team, he doesn't wear down, because I felt like that's what happened at Illinois. He really wore down as the season went on. Jeremiah Fears really helped himself at the end of the season. His body's really filling out. Like, he's starting to develop an NBA body from the beginning of the season to the end. I really like him. Thomas Sorber. I don't care about the foot. He's the second best big in the class. I'm going to take a chance on that guy. The fact that he has a 7'6" wingspan and that skill set
are crazy.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, give me Thomas Sorber any day of the week. Asa Newell, third best big in the class to me, not far off from how you feel about him. I just think he's very fast. He's sudden. His athleticism is sudden. The best way to describe it is sudden. When he decides to put his feet in the ground and boom, explode, dude takes off, will yam on your head.
And I like him as a passer. Like, I think he's the best of the, actually not best of the 3. He's the second best of the 3 in terms of like his playmaking and his, I think him in a short roll decision maker. Like, I'm not worried about that as I would be with like Malawach. I'm not worried about that with Sorber, but
no, Sorber's the best passing big in the draft.
Right. Or probably him and Wolf are pretty close to me. Same with like,
I don't
him,
really
Wolf,
classify Wolf as a big, and he's basically a guard at this point.
But I was gonna say him, Wolf, and Queen are like in terms of passing, like they're, I don't know how I would rank them, but they're in a similar kind of area.
I'd probably, if we're gonna call Wolf a big, I'd have Wolf, Sorber, Queen. Okay. If we're not calling Wolf a big, then I would have Sorber and then Queen, and then I don't know, call Murray Boyles. He's all right. He's not a great passer.
I wouldn't have him with those guys.
No. I then have Rasheer Fleming at 12. So I have Fleming higher than you have him.
Okay.
Fleming, I just think you can't overlook a 7'6" wingspan on a guy that shoots 41% from three. Even if his career, he never learns how to dribble and he's just a 3-and-D guy, sign me up all day. If you're going to shoot 41% and defend with a 7'6" wingspan, give it to me. Sign me up.
If that shot carries, too.
I think I'm pretty confident it will.
I hope it does for the sake of him, but
for sure. Jace Richardson at number 13. I think people are overthinking it with Jace because he's a small guy, and I get that. But I think he has the ability to be on ball and to facilitate and run a team. He's smart enough. He defends. He's a dog, and he's athletic enough. Ben Seraph. Ben Seraph at 14, I think, is the right place for him in that 14 to 15 area. I mean, I watched that guy. I've watched so much basketball in Germany. I never thought I would say that in my life, but I have this season. And every time that guy's on the floor, that team comes back and wins. Somebody in our Discord, shout out to Rock the Mic, who likes to argue with me, which is fine. Debate's cool, I guess. But he's stating that they were a very good team. They were. So he's saying there's a lot of talent on that team. I'll put it to you this way. Every game I watched, which was like 18 of them, they were losing. And when Ben Seraph came in the game, they were winning. Halfway through the season, they decided to start Ben Seraph instead of have him come off the bench. Turn their season around. In this last playoff game, every time Seraph and Noah Osengay was on the floor, they started winning. Soon as Ben Seraph would go to the bench, they started losing. These aren't coincidences, folks. Like, he runs the show. He's the engine of that team. Danny Wolf. Love this guy's game. I think it's being understated. In a pace and space league, the value of a guy who's 7 foot, handles like a guard, blocks shots, and rebounds. Regardless if the 3-point shot ever comes around or not. His ability to handle and facilitate, I think, is being underrated. Derek Queen at 16. I was tempted to move him down further, but that offensive ability to generate offense is just, it's special. It is for a guy that's 6'10", with that kind of weight. For him to move that way, it's just very special. And his ability to pass the basketball. Nolan Schroeder at 17. We've talked about him earlier. His shot readily improving. His ability to run the P&Rs. He doesn't really turn the ball over a ton for an 18-year-old playing in a pro league. Neat Clifford, I have at 18 for all the reasons you said earlier. I'm not going to go back through that again. Carter Bryant, I have over Noah Osengay. Because I think Noah, who's going to be a wing in the NBA, he plays primarily down low in Germany. He'll be on the perimeter. Like, he'll float on the perimeter and spot up. But they post him up all the time, which doesn't make any sense to me because dude is got to hit the weights, man. He's getting steamrolled in Germany. He fouled out in 14 minutes yesterday. That's rough. Colin Murray Boyles, higher than I thought I'd have him. 21. Jaeger Denman. Again, this is the part of the draft where you're taking swing on upside guys, right? Like,
yeah.
Adu Thoreau, I have over Walter Clayton Jr. for the fact of everything outside of shooting. Like, Thoreau does everything outside of shooting. I like Thoreau a lot. Walter Clayton Jr., I think 24, 25 is as high as I would pick him. I don't think I'm taking a flyer on that guy any higher than that. his shooting is the best in the class. One of the best in the class. Like, his ability to shoot from all areas of the floor, off movement, off the bounce, electric. Absolutely electric. His efficiency with it, electric, man. Hugo Gonzalez at 25, the little bit I was able to watch of him, and not because I couldn't find the games, but because he didn't play in them, I really was intrigued by what I saw. He is an elite athlete. Like, I don't think people really realize how athletic he is. Like, he is unbelievably athletic. Tyrese Proctor, again, I think his baseline level is to be a backup point guard for like 15 years in the league. Like, I think he could, I don't know if he could ever run your team, but I think he could be a contributor on a winning team for a very, very, very long time. Cedric Coward, wingspan and shooting. It's really it. Wingspan and shooting. Alex Tahui. I love Alex Tahui. I mean, I
don't think I had him on mine.
No, you didn't.
Him nor Hugo.
No, you didn't. But also, you also didn't really watch them.
No, I haven't.
So it's hard to do. But Tahui, man, because he can handle, like, you know who, I forget who the guy is in our 5 Reasons Sports Discord. Loves the Greek dude who's not on this list.
Handsome.
Yeah, handsome. He loves the Greek dude. Alex Tahui is who he wishes the Greek dude was. That is really it. Alex Tahui can really ball. Liam McNeely, I think he stumbles down the boards, man. I really am out on Liam McNeely. I don't see how he does anything other than shooting, like the Duncan Robinson career path. Drake Powell, defense. I got Will Riley at 31. Somebody's going to take a chance on him. Hansen Young, you talk about a skilled big man. Hansen Young can really play basketball offensively. Defensively, not so much. Before I finish the rest of my board, do you have any questions, any concerns, any surprises?
Here, scroll up a little. There was a couple surprises.
Yeah.
I think Fleming at 12 was one.
Okay, let me go all the way back up then.
That just one that came like top of my head. I didn't expect him to be there. Because I'm surprised you had him over Jace, I think, most of all.
Yeah. It's the size with the shooting and the wingspan. Like, it's just very hard to find. Like, think the OKC roster, right? Like, think the OKC roster.
Yeah.
Those are like literally the archetype that they're looking for to fill out their rosters.
From a measurable standpoint, yeah.
And shooting.
Well, dribble, pass, and shoot.
Well, yeah. He's got time to develop if he goes to OKC. But anyway.
Yeah.
Who else?
Let me see. Wolf over Queen was a little interesting. Not that I can't say I agree with it because I had it flip-flopped on mine, but I could see the angle for that. Scroll down, please.
I'm headed there.
I can officially say that you have Colin Murray Boyles as a top 21 prospect.
I know, man. I know. This isn't my final board, though, so it could change.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I hope for the people out there watching, not our final. Is there any other like big surprises or questions? I don't really have any questions.
Okay. What about Will Riley at 31? Just
too high? No. I had Young on lower on mine just because of like I think he's just more raw.
Offensively, I think he could really help an NBA team off the bench year one. Defensively, no, and he needs to get stronger. Like
to me, I don't know. Maybe this is like a wrong projection. I just think he's like a G League guy year one.
wow, G League guy could be. I know defensively he probably is. Joan Behringer, I have at 33.
He also might be a G League guy year one.
Oh, for sure. He's a complete project. He's been playing basketball for 3 years, but depending on the situation he goes to, I think he could be a guy similar to Yves Missi in the fact of all he has to do is rebound, set screens, and put rim pressure. I think he can do that. And he does have the feet to be able to be switchable. But obviously not at the level that Missi is. Like Missi was incredible. Lachlan Ulbrich, if he was athletic, he'd be a top 10 pick. But he's not athletic. Maxim Reynaud, 35. Chaz Lanier, 36.
You have Cam at 37. That's interesting.
Yeah, talk to me about why you think that's interesting.
I just didn't expect you to drop him that low. Like,
that's what I thought you were going to say. The reason I have him that low is because I don't see how he operates as anything other than a 3-and-D guard with that lack of burst. Like, who's going to give him the ball and just clear out and let him post up all day? Because that's what he's going to have to do.
I still think there's some craftiness to his ball handling that'll get him by. Like, not literally, but like I think there's enough there.
He may not literally get by him, but
yeah, he may not literally
buy him some time.
I just think he's crafty enough in that area, in addition to the playmaking that we saw. Again, only a 1-year thing, so there's
and even that, I didn't think his passing accuracy was very good.
It wasn't, but there's something to be said about having like a 3.5. What was it? 3.5 assist turnover ratio, something like that.
Right.
With that kind of usage.
Yeah, I get it. What about
not
Noah
to say
Penda?
that he's going to be like, I dropped him on mine too. So not to say he's going to be an otherworldly type guy, but I just didn't think you would drop him that low.
What do you think about Janai Broom at 39 for me? Good? Bad? Too high? Too low?
I think I had him like 32 or 31, whatever it was.
You did, yeah.
I'm surprised you have Ryan that low.
Yeah.
Sion James, I'm also surprised you have him that low. Again, like,
I think Sion James prior to the combine was an undrafted player.
Okay, I think you and I had this discussion before. I thought he was always like a top 45.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the thing with Sion James is like his shot, when he can get his feet set, he can really knock him down in that short corner. But outside of like off ball short corner threes, he doesn't really do it. He's going to have to be like the Pat Beverly path.
Yeah, he's got some defensive chops to him, yeah.
He's got a lot of defensive chops. Like, that's his NBA skill.
Yeah.
And so if your NBA skill is a small guard built like a running back that can't really shoot, I think it's going to be tough.
Do I have a misconception about how tall he is?
I think so.
I'm going to look this up.
I already got it. I got it right here for you. How tall do you think he is?
Like without shoes?
Yeah.
Like 6'4", 6'5"?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I have a misconception about how tall he is. He's actually 6'4" without shoes.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was about to say. Like, you said small guard, and I was like, wait, hold on.
He seems like he's a small guard. He does. He can't really dribble either.
Yeah, he's not a good dribbler.
But this is what I'm saying. He's going to have to be an on-ball guard. He can't be your off guard. He can't really dribble. He's quick, or not quick. He's fast. He's strong. Can't shoot. Like I said, I think he's going to have to go to Pat Beverly route in terms of archetype. I got Dink Pate 45, Hunter Silas 46. I don't know why I have JoJo Tugler at 48. That's a mistake. Mark Sears at 49. Malik Lewis. And this is what I want people to understand. Malik Lewis was getting this buzz on social media, all the draft guys. And Lachlan Ulbrich played him head to head and just destroyed him. Like Lewis had a decent game, but like Lachlan, who's popped off the tape, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to watch this guy. That's how I found out about Lachlan Ulbrich.
There are plenty of names that you have here who I just did not add.
That's all right.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to adjust this later.
That's all good, man. There's plenty of time before the 2025 NBA draft. When is that, by the way, Matt?
June 25th.
Boom. 20 days. We'll see you there. With that, Matt, tell the people where they can find you, follow, and you get more of your work, man.
You can find me at NPH_824_ on Twitter. You can find me at hothoops.com, mountainwestconnection.com, vendettasportsmedia.com, as well as playback.tv/hoops profile and playback.tv/5RSN.
And with that, I'm Digital Adele. You can find me under that moniker anywhere social media is found. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Can't wait for the draft. Remember, I will be at the NBA Summer League in person to get a good look at these guys up close. So I'm going to try to do some remotes and reports from there. Will it actually happen? Probably not, because I don't have any of that equipment. Yeah,
you can use your phone.
I can use my phone, but we'll see what the quality ends up being. Because I'm all about quality, but not a shot at anybody who does this stuff off their phone, because a lot of people do it these days. But we'll see. We'll see what I come up with. Maybe I'll get one of those wireless mics, like that'll be to attach to my phone. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll see you next time.